Good morning, y'all. Happy happy Friday, Junior. Crazy Taco. I should have started trading Nvidia earlier in the year. After 2 trades, it's my ticker with the most premium. Yeah, I think I think a lot of people wish that. Absolutely. Good morning, Crazy Taco. Good morning, Garrick. It's been a while. Bro, tell me what you think about this. My broker F'd me this morning. That sucks. Bespada, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Boo, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Everyone's kind of just trickling in. It's a pretty good day in the market today. When the bearish stocks are down and the good stocks are up, it's a good day. Snorehacks, good morning. Good morning, good morning. I had to buy stop in place with a bracket TP, whatever that means, and a stop loss tied to it. They processed a trade and put my stop loss in, but not my take profit. Oh, take profit is TP. Oh, so I'm trying to think, how would that go? How would I do that on Tasty? If I did this, I said, you know what, I want to close this out at a profit. I'll sell 4 of these. But I also want to set a stop loss. Is this going to let me do this? No, it's not. Oh. I was going to say, it seems kind of weird that your brokerage allows you to do both of those at the same time. I don't think I've heard of that before. Because you can always get partially filled. Like, I don't know a brokerage app that doesn't partially fill you. I'm pretty sure even Robinhood partially fills you. So, it was rejected. Damn. Having a trigger not go off and having a hit is a pretty frustrating experience, I would agree. Well, the word that you use, rejected, sounds like it's on the brokerage then. I probably asked for like some free commission or something if they haven't done that already. If it never filled, that'd be another story. Pretty sure you could do that in Tasty Trade in the bracket order menu. Putting a stop loss on. There, let me. Bracket. Oh, you can. I never even knew this was a feature. Rowboats, good morning. Wow. I was like, I've never heard of that. Yeah. That's cool. I've never used this. It makes sense though, I guess. Like if you're, I don't know, if you have to step away and it's a volatile order and to step away, yeah. Like you're not able to be in front of your computer. Good morning, good morning. Thank you. The people in the chat make the stream. I'm just some random dude on the webcam. But it's always a vibe when you guys are here. Thank you. They call it a OCO, Ocho Cinco order in TOS. That's cool. Robinhood, kind of having a sell the news moment. Definitely, I definitely expected it to go up. That's for sure. But it did not. It's cooled off a bit, heading back down. Feeling a bit toppy. But I like it though. So I'm just considering taking off actually like my long calls. I could just be wrong. But it's such a nice debit spread. Mm. Rogan, good morning. I sold all my hood shares yesterday morning. Is that when I did it too? When did I also sold all my shares before the announcement. The only better play would have been to stay in for shares and sell it after hours. Oh, this is my main account. I gotta go to Joonie 5K. This was day before yesterday. Yeah. Going back in is a consideration. I'd probably wait till 27. If not 27, I would enter via cash secured puts. 25 maybe. 25 seems very fair. Yeah. This is pretty cool. I need this to be 2720 to break even on the cash or the call. I said cash debit spreads. The call debit spreads. Which honestly today I feel like it can still happen. So I think taking off right now might be premature, especially if it's not in any sort of danger. I'd consider taking the L. Man, I don't know. I don't even know if I take the L at 26. It just always seems possible. MACD did cross on Monday. I think in terms of the 5K, it'd be responsible for me to get out. Honestly, but also maybe not because I don't know what else I would use the money for. I consider taking the early L because the play can still work out, so it doesn't make sense to just close it for a loss. That'd be stupid. And I feel like I'm doing a much better job at catching myself do those sort of decisions. It's like, am I just taking this off because it's like a little red, and I'm bored? You know, I'm like very cognizant of that right now. Palantir is attractive. I haven't like looked at it in a while. This downtrend is pretty nice though. MACD looks like it's about to start crossing back over, which is kind of cool. Dude, I might open Palantir in the main account. What the hell? Oh, they have earnings in 3 weeks. 2.5 weeks. See, like for 30K's worth of premium, I get 568. It's actually not that good. That's not that good. It's amazing how much SPY is up. The tricky part is like it's already tricking itself to keep up with SPY because it just feels like you put on so much gas, like no brakes, and you just keep going. And I'm like barely beating SPY. Insane. Year to date, it looks like Palantir can keep going down. This MACD blue line. Maybe this time it doesn't hold. You see it sort of bounce, go back up the signal line without going over to 0. You can also argue that the strength of each one is getting lesser and lesser. I probably would not go in right now. This is like poster child for puts. And not short puts either, like long puts. But I don't really want to be bearish on anything AI related right now. So sad. Hood didn't hold any gains. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It would have been nice to have just a little bit more oomph this morning from Robinhood, but yeah. I think a lot of people exited their calls. Yeah, definitely. The open interest on all these Robinhood contracts are much smaller. There were just so many people that wanted Robinhood to go up. It has to eat through all that call volume. Bro, Palantir, the 38 put short looks good. But again, this one's just really scary to look at. I mean, that's also coming from the person that trades Nvidia, right? Like, I'm not unfamiliar with trading at the top, but I'm just less familiar with Palantir. So I can't take that big of risk that I can like with Nvidia, because I feel like I understand Nvidia way more. I look at Nvidia's graph and it looks absurdly high, but I always feel comfortable trading within the ranges of wherever it's trading. That's, I think, I've like internalized as like that's my edge. It's like I'm able to be comfortable in the bad spots when it comes to Nvidia. I don't tend to freak out, and hopefully I don't have to, like knocking on wood right now. This is a lot of crazy action though right here. Gap up, gap down, down, testing the 50 EMA, gap up. Things are getting kind of crazy. People are looking for a breakout here. They're like, are we going to get higher than here? I don't know. Blackwell is all sold out for 2025. Seems pretty good for business. And we already know that Nvidia will make chips especially just for China. Yeah, it's hard to and any country are gonna be able to get their hands on GPUs from like resellers and stuff. Nvidia made you bust out the candle chart. You know it's real now. Yeah, I can't believe Tom Hooger just uses a line chart. That blows my mind. I wonder how dated that is. By the way, good morning, Slow. But yeah, the author of the book, of my favorite trading book, actually, Best Loser Wins, recommended by Mr. Major, a longtime friend and patron of the Discord. He says that, or again, just referring back to, Tom says that he uses only line charts. I was like, damn. Yeah, I was like, you just look at boom. He just looks like this. And I respect it, man. Like he says, you know what? I don't need anything else. I'll still whoop everyone's butt. And it proved a good point for me. It's like I did need a huge mentality shift. Like if I hadn't read that book, this sort of play would not be possible for me. See, like four cash secured puts, or this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. I have 15 cash secured puts on Nvidia. And that's because when I start winning, I add more, which is not something I used to do before, you know? Or I would, but at a much smaller factor. In order to learn how to do that, you don't necessarily need all of this. Okay, I'm just being real. Like, I'm not trying to sell you guys a course or anything. I'm just giving you the realest advice that I can give because I'm trying to save you guys actually like money. Like, I'd rather have you guys not sign up for a trading course or something. The ability to add more is not something that you really pick up from a chart. Some of it, absolutely. Technical patterns can give you a signal on when to add, but the actual action of it, like actually doing it, is so much more different, and no book can really teach you that. Because it's scary. You don't want to lose money, or if you're really profitable on something, why would you add more and then mess it up? Tom Hooger, famous, almost infamous, because I quote him so much on it, is we're not here to break even. We're not here to match the market. We're here to make money. Crazy. Follow up from yesterday, Nvidia is better than AMD. Yeah, I'm getting well, I wouldn't say actually I'm rewarded because I put my AMD money into Robinhood and Robinhood is not doing so good. But regardless, yes, Nvidia is doing better than AMD right now. Let's pull up the chart. I was feeling kind of like finish these words. I was kind of feeling down, and I think this morning, and I think it was because I'm just like a little extra tired. But dude, doing this every morning is just one of the best pick-me-ups ever. Nvidia compared to, and then AMD. Bruh, look at this divergence. Oh, well, it's converging now on the daily at least. Boom. Pretty cool. Blue line is Nvidia. Wow, SMCI up. Uh, I can't even add Intel from that menu. Wow, AMD. Am I reading this right? In 1 month, Intel has returned more than AMD. I mean, granted, Intel has gone down much lower. Yeah, on a 6 month time frame, it all gets blown out the water. Who would have thought in 6 months, AMD has only given you 2%? That's kind of where day game strategies reign supreme. You know, if you were just selling cash secured puts this entire time, you would have made it out pretty well. Assuming you had the grit to withstand the July month and parts of August. AMD is struggling to clear 160. It did during pre-market, but that's pretend time. Agreed. Man, this is eepy. I always had problems getting up in the morning, but now the alarm rings. I'm checking the pre-market. TSM gapped up like crazy today. Dell's so strong. I'm hoping the giant has awakened. Let me look at Dell. Wow. And it's all because of their building server racks. Is that their new direction? Oh my goodness, that's kind of crazy. Intel's on the move. Oh, that's inch, whatever. China launches probe into Intel. What the? What? In the ingoing? The Cybersecurity Association of China has called for a security review of products from Intel. Touche. Because I'm sure we do that all the time with Chinese products. Everyone wants it to be a comeback story, but this chart still doesn't look convincing. But when would it be, really? Like, after a movement like this, when does it look convincing? Like, if you go into Intel, you need to have next level conviction. You need to have like Robin Hood levels of conviction. We're talking about like, let me give you guys the example. This level, this huge downtrend that was happening from July to December of last year got all the way down to $8. And you need the conviction to hold throughout all of this to benefit from this. Crazy. I'm going to take 2 batches off the table. Whoa, that's probably not what I wanted to do. Sometimes I have to catch myself. Boom. probably ended there. Okay. The reason I'm taking these off is because they're at the 50% and 30% respectively. Um, I want to move the strikes around, but I want to just guarantee that I have this over the weekend. I'll probably add these. I considered taking this one off the table, but I have a good boost from today, so I'll let this one turn red. Yeah, because it just doesn't make sense taking only 120 off the table. Anyway, the 130 batch of 4. Oh, dang. I see what happened. Okay, give me 1 sec. One more. So I had to have had it. What the heck? There's gonna be a leftover trade somewhere because I think I put in the wrong strike for one of them. $128, $325. think I'm done with semis for today. Looking at cybersecurity now. Oh, this is probably the three that I was missing, but I had put 280. Oops. Instead of 130. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, wait, Nvidia's not $280. Um, I already recorded it that way, so I'll just mark this one as a mistake. Makes sense. Okay. Very cool. Now, let's see. I'm back at 256 delta. He's cooking the books. Can you guys hear me now? Are we good? Seems like my bit rate is steady right now. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's insane. Meta fired dozens of employees for using $25 food credits to buy wine glasses, toothpaste. I highly doubt that that's the main reason. I don't think that sounds normal. I would definitely, I don't know, maybe they're just built different, but I would totally think that that's like a funny thing that everyone just does, or it's just like a nice thing. Like after work, you guys go use the company food card to get a glass of wine or something. It seems very Paula out though, you know. It doesn't seem like that would be a main case to be fired. Now, if you did that and you were a bad employee or something, and then you started attributing you being fired for not working to using the food credit for wine, then yeah, that headline would come out. But some people, I don't know. Hmm. In terms of delta, Robinhood is my second highest delta position. I could add to this 127. That sounds kind of nice. Why is that? Oh, oh. Wait, but still, that would... There we go. One standard deviation for NVIDIA is 119. Like, this is essentially saying that 120 is possible, which I think is just, honestly, just insane. Like, if the goal is not assignment, no, but 30K is crazy. That's a crazy number to realize, though. I almost justified that. That's crazy. When I worked at Big Ass Fans, they would open the beer fridge on days the sales goal was met. That's cool. Wait, if you are selling the CSPs, then you could just acquire the shares without realizing the 30K loss, right? By the way, I'm not trying to justify your play. XD. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I always appreciate you asking the questions. I'm actually right now looking at a put credit spread. So I'm selling the cash secured put, but then also buying the farther out the money call. This trade net still pays me, but if the stock starts going down, I have to exit for and realize a loss. The benefit of this and the reason why I'm looking at this type of trade right now is, oh, dude, this is such a great question. I could, and I probably would normally just sell this 135, right? It's like $500. It's out of the money, but like, let's be real, 135 is not all too far away from today's price. So the chance of this being assigned is pretty up there, but you know, we get $5 worth of buffer, so really I could just be like above like 130, you know, if I want to be exact, like 129.50. But what happens if we go lower than that, right? I just talked about standard deviation for NVIDIA is all the way down to 119. The market says, Joonie, it is possible that NVIDIA gets down here. It is possible. So you selling this 135, collecting $500 in profit, it can still go down $1,000 more after that. So that kind of puts into question, if I were to be assigned here, would I want to hold it all the way down to 120? Or would I rather just be wrong when it's all the way down here? You know? So I just don't even have to worry about the gray area here. That's looking pretty attractive to me. But yeah, I mean it's just something I'm thinking through right now. In exchange for just losing money and not picking up the shares, I am just a little bit more protected. Because of course, cash secured puts, you don't have to realize a loss, but you're still sitting on a loss. It just hasn't been realized yet. And then when you do that, you know, it depends how you look at it. It depends how large your portfolio is too, but it could be considered dead money, especially if you're red enough where covered calls don't make sense. There's also the risk right now where if I write a cash secured put too far down, I don't know, Nvidia just starts making the sickest downtrend from today. Not getting paid a lot and then having it start going down is like a pretty big boo boo. Like that never feels good. 120 is pretty highly contested. There's 41,000 contracts at 120. So, oh my god, and there's a lot at 115 as well. When you sell puts or when you see a lot of puts, it acts as a barrier because it allows people to exit at that price guaranteed, allowing just perceiving this as the amount of safety that you have going downwards. Same thing about calls as well. If you have the right to buy at a certain price, you think about it in a sense that why would it go above that price if I could always just buy these contracts to buy it at this strike price? So as you start looking on your own on option chains, you want to start asking yourself, okay, is there a lot of open interest before my strike? If there is, you know, it has to churn through basically all that price through that open interest before it gets to mine. As you see right here, 54,000 contracts at the 140. So a lot of people think it's going to stay at 140 or greater, or rather 147 or greater for the people that are still in. A lot of people also think that 51,000 people, or not 51,000 people, rather like 51,000 contracts are out there. Many could be held by one person, you know, at 145. Oh my god, 150 there's 53k. All right, we're going Max Payne. Also, this has been like my listen. It's a 4-hour mix, and they have like different themes. It's a very cool mix. I don't know the person. It's not a shameless plug. It's not me. I just really like listening to it. I'll just share it with you guys. Oh yeah, Max Payne Nvidia option charts. Next week, Max Payne is 129. Uh-oh. For the nerds out there, can you believe that this is built on Ruby on Rails? It's actually kind of believable. It's pretty simple. But I was like, man, I haven't heard about Ruby in so long. Max Payne 129. What can we do with that information? Wow, Max Payne is one standard deviation. I I almost want to just do this for fun. It's like close enough where it like makes sense. Um, but it's such a pointless trade. Like I don't need to do it. It doesn't provide me any meaningful income. It's just fun. It's 8 days as well. It's like I don't know. Nah, I'd rather keep my $60. $60 right now is like one trip to McDonald's, bro. Come on. That's 20 hash browns. Actually, even less if you think about it, because tax. Do you know what goes behind the calculation of the max pain that you are showing? I know the general high overview. It takes the volume of call contracts and put contracts. I think, namely, it's the open interest, not even the volume. So that would be wrong for me to say. But it takes the number from, where is it? No, where's my tab? If we go to NVIDIA, and then so it's saying that 129 is the max pain, right? It takes all the totals of this column on the right, and then all the columns on the left over here for this exact expiration. For this expiration, and then it says that with the call open interest matched with the put interest, open interest, 129 is where most people lose. But I want to also preface this. If a stock is on a tear, max pain will always be lower. Okay? Max pain has always been lower in the entirety of this year for NVIDIA. I'm like more than certain. So don't think just because we see max pain at 129 that it's going to go down. I think we're smarter than that. Something I wish more states would implement is no tax on food. Is that a thing? Are there actual states that don't do that? That's nice. We're seeing the market right now kind of shake off some of the steam. You know, I'll close this. I'll close this. Don't I have two of these? Yeah. .59. I'm closing that because I don't need to make those type of gains on the 5K. And by that I mean, like, I was wrong on my bet. I thought Robinhood would go up. I think in my main account I'm allowed to take the risk and keep it on because honestly it's still at the money, but that's just too large of a trade for the 5K to just let that linger. So I'm going to close that right now. Robinhood couldn't hold the gains overnight, getting out of my call credit spreads on my 5K account, but staying in on my main. I think ideally I would like to find a trade or two for my 5K. So let's go searching for one. What sounds good? Ohio. Okay. CrowdStrike being at 447 P&E is crazy. But I get it, dude. I get it. I understand. I understand. Would I make the play in the 5K though? I could just let this sit and collect 4.5% for the rest of the year. You know? That doesn't sound bad, if I'm being honest. We're almost approaching the 1 year of the 5K account. Like, look at this. Crazy. November 2nd, 2023. And then boom. I could have my plus minus be SPY. I could just slam it all in SPY. Celsius is down. Very, very predictable. Like there's nothing new here. Trend is your friend. People don't respect trend is your friend. Want to be the hero first. And then the trend continues. Very, very typical. Very typical. Nothing new. Not demure. It's like it's the simplest of like rules, man. But people will like that sort of advice on Twitter, but like they'll never follow it. Trend is your friend. Top 10 of my favorite Warren Buffett quotes, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is all gold, amazing," and you like it. Trend is your friend is somewhere in there. It could be like top 3. Like, don't fight the Fed. It might not be a Warren Buffett quote, but it's also in there, giving a lesson to everyone that hasn't invested this year. But it's the simple stuff. The simple stuff actually works. It's crazy. And that's coming from a very simple person. I don't do anything nuts. Like, when I'm in my Tasty Trade console, like, you don't see me do anything wild. I do the same thing, like, every day. And same thing with my Robinhood account. Right? Like, I hope I could provide to be a good example of, like, oh, I'm not drawing lines everywhere on charts and stuff, you know? There are times where I'll do that if it's like mainly for content, but keep it simple. Would you go in on nuclear energy? I would. I don't know if I would for the 5K account though. VST is popular, and CEG is the other one. Constellation. Let's see where VST has been. VST cooled off, and then is starting attempting another uptrend. Uptrend is still intact, but is approaching that like double top sort of story. So I probably would not have bet against it going past 138. Up to 38, I think is on the table, but past 138 in the short term, probably not. It'd probably like consolidate or fight against 138 for a while. And then CEG is the more blue chip one. It's not a blue chip, I'm sure, but it acts like more of a blue chip, more stable. Seems good. I probably bet that I wouldn't go down below 1,260. That would probably be a good bet. February 2024. Whoever bought during February 2024 probably knew about the Microsoft deal. So who's the one that I'm creating a bot to scrape for? This is just accumulation via grant. Never mind. It's a lot. It's a lot. Maybe that's just chance. This is hilarious. Ballman Vesday bought 79 shares and then sold 79 shares. And then they sold at a loss, which is hilarious. That's actually hella funny. I bet you this person's just like on Wall Street bets. This is such a weird number. Oh, I bought 79 shares. They're like, and then sold them for a loss. It's just weird. You're a director. I don't know why you're doing this, but you're just on here. How do you lose money trading your own company like that? That's like so. That's so negative aura. You know what I could also do? I could add on. No, hold on. Let me figure out what I want to do with my 5K. I was thinking about buying Microsoft calls for the main account. What has Costco been up to? You know, Costco's been consolidating. This is kind of nice. But okay, the 5-year chart on any chart looks scary. All right, relax.